Alrighty, let's do this. Let's join the studio. How we doing? Is this tall enough? We good? Should I make it a little bit higher? I'll make it a tiny bit higher. Let's do that right there. Alright. Cool. What's going on? Let's get it to it. Welcome everybody to the Self Haircut Podcast. Episode 13. And let's get to it. Let's I'll give it a few minutes for some people to join. And yeah, feel free. I guess I got a bunch of people on Instagram here throwing me some questions. Hey yo, what's up, Elvis? Hey yo, what's up, Lek Wagner? How you doing, guys? Ben, Harry the Barber, Geo Camp, Funny Dude 6840, Elvis Perez. I need to join your classes, bro. Yeah, man, join up. I mean, they're very affordable depending on which one you're going for, but otherwise it's a fantastic place to start learning. Really easy, man. I make it as simple as you can make it, right? And you guys know I'm very detail oriented, so you know it's going to be good quality stuff. Geocam, ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Making dinner, boy. Hey, my man. Chef Alejandro, whipping it up in the kitchen. What are you making tonight? Geocamp, greetings from Mexico. What's up? What's going on, Mexico? What's going on, YouTube? How we all doing? Got the YouTube live. I got the Instagram live. And yeah, man, this should be fun. I wish I had another camera so I could make it for TikTok too. But I guess I need to invest in another one. Yeah, for sure, man. Elvis, check it out, man. It's all good. Just stuffed peppers. Nice. Yeah, send me the after, man. I gotta see how the chef whips it up. Alright, LF, curious how many people are telling you to try the half guard buzz cut. Yeah, I mean, I would probably say maybe like 10 of you guys are like really adamant about it, right? At least 10 of you guys are adamant about me getting a half guard buzz cut. Otherwise, I don't think many people care. But obviously, I care about you 10 guys and the others as well. But yeah, I mean, at some point I will do the half guard buzz cut. I mean, let's not downplay that. It will happen, right? I am a man of my word. It's just I always say timing is key with some things. Sometimes you need to be quick, sometimes you don't. But for this instance, I will be doing it at some point. Just I don't know when. All right. So I'll leave it at that. But at some point, I will be doing it. Buzz cut sexy. Yeah, man, the buzz cut looks good. A lot of people can pull it off. But yeah, what's the next question we got? Did you design your self haircut logo? Yeah, actually, that's a great question. I did design it. Yeah, I do. I actually hand drew this. The logo itself. This logo, I actually hand drew it on my girlfriend's iPad. Literally hand drew it, like with the stencil and everything, right? Brady, the whole shebang. It took me days to do this, right? I hand did it myself. And then like the gold with the Greek key, all of that stuff was added later on through Canva. Canva. So yeah, man, I did, and then the words, all this stuff. Yeah, I did everything pretty much myself. I mean, all the thumbnails that I do them all myself as well. Pretty much everything except the editing, I do myself, right? The filming, the videoing, the ideas, all this stuff is all me. But yeah, man, I think I'm pretty good at logos and stuff like that now at this point. But yeah, man, what type of questions do you guys have for me? Whether it's obviously a lot of you guys on Instagram and even YouTube, you guys see real estate related like shorts. You know, I live here in Miami, I'm a realtor, so you guys see real estate related shorts. But then you see like the main video on Saturdays is always something self haircut related, right? So it's kind of like split, bro. Like Tuesday, Thursday are like real estate shorts, and then Friday is a self haircut short, and then Saturday is the main, longer form video on YouTube. So feel free to ask me any questions involving real estate as well. And I know you guys may or may not know I am a realtor and I've been doing this for well over 3 years, and then as a realtor licensed, but for a long time aside from being a realtor. One sec. All right, we'll start here with Zach M on YouTube. Did you like the number one cut buzz all over? Yeah, I actually did. The one buzz was pretty nice. The only thing I didn't like about it was the fact that I guess that when it's that short, you start to see a lot more of your scalp and your hair looks a little bit less dense, right? At the number one guard. My personal favorite buzz cut was the 1.5 guard, right? Because at that point, it was a little bit more dense to the point where you can't see your scalp. So I really enjoyed the 1.5 guard buzz cut more than the 1 guard or anything, right? I think it looked stellar, right? This was back when I was in Greece. Last year, I did the 1.5 guard buzz cut, and I think it was probably one of the best haircuts I've ever given myself. So good question. I think I had a question here on Instagram. Let's do Elvis Perez, my man. You doing real estate? What made you get into that? Yeah, I mean, so my family owns property, and so it's always been ingrained to own versus renting and investing in general, right? Renting out properties and cash flowing and seeing your properties grow in value, over the years, and just knowing that that money is there for you to use at some point if you ever need it, or is just building wealth, right? So knowing that stuff is key to retiring early, right? I don't want to work until I'm 65, like 95% of people are, think and have it ingrained in their head that that's what they have to do for their life, right? The problem is, and I'll get into something else really shortly, but the problem is life is very short, and you don't want to live your best years of your life working the entire time. Even though if you like your job, you don't want to work, until the day you die, right? When you're 65 years old, your knee's gonna start hurting. You're gonna be, bad back, arthritis, right? You're gonna have some type of problems going on with your body, and it's just like, how are you really going to enjoy life if you got problems? And then on top of that, you're old, you're not as mobile. Most elderly, I would say, not elderly, but 65 and up, they end up downsizing their house at that age anyway, right? They'll sell their house that they've lived in for 30 years, and then they'll downsize into like a 55 and up community. So it's not even like you're living a good life when you get to that age. So that's something that I saw from a very young age. I was like, why would I want that? I don't want that. So I'm going to try and do something about it. And so right now, every day that I wake up, I'm doing something about it, right? I have my first property, and I'm working to get another one, working to get at least one per year. And yeah, man, just trying to retire by the time I'm like 40 years old. That's really the goal. But not even retire, it's just not have to worry about working and doing it by choice, right? So I know I'm going to be working until, forever. But at some point, it'll hit me where it's like, it'll be elective to work, right? I wouldn't need to do it, but I'll do it based off because I want to. So that's kind of where I'm at. But good question. That's a really good question. And as well as care to be taken. Yeah. Okay. My hobbies. Nathan, Stay the music. Nathan, stay the music. All right. Hobbies. Yeah. So I've been playing soccer my entire life, basically since the time I was like 4 years old. I broke school records. I'll even show you guys here, so you guys can see on Instagram here. I got what I got. This one is first team All South jersey. This one is for men's leadership program for my high school, and then this one is second team All State selection in New Jersey back in high school. Um, so that was always nice, and I busted my butt to earn that. And of course, I thank my team, all of my teammates, and my coach and my coaches because I was on multiple teams. But yeah, I also play tennis. You know, I'm very really big tennis advocate, so I like tennis. Play soccer. I just love sports in general. I like volleyball, ping pong, things like that. I also like to listen to audibles here and there about growing business. I watch a lot of YouTube with well, not a lot, but when I do watch YouTube, it's always like real estate or investing related. Um, but yeah, those are really my hobbies. Obviously, spending time with my girlfriend whenever I can. Not really a hobby, but that's what I like to do. Tell us how to get girls. Yeah, that's a good one. Tell us how to get girls. That's funny. All right, let me jump over to YouTube so I don't leave you guys hanging. But I'll answer that question at some point. Give me a minute. Where did I leave off of? Did you check the cut I suggested? I didn't. I haven't had time, man. But I will check it out. I promise you. Just give me time. My schedule is crazy, man. I have to tell you, it's not an easy schedule. Herman, man, I asked the question on IG. Yeah, for sure. Um, I'm not sure if I saw your message or not, but send it again and I'll try and get back to you. Edwin Rojas, you're beautiful. Oh, thanks, man. Why is there a little bug in here? Bro, why they always, these little bugs always flying around? It's because I live in Miami and it's humid. These bugs fly out of the concrete inside your house. I'm not dirty, I promise. How common are buzz cuts in Greece? That's a pretty good question. Yeah, man, when I went to Greece, um, I would say a good 30% of guys had buzz cuts. At least 30, right? It was actually more common than not. A lot of people just didn't really have like a fade. Some people had fades. They, I guess maybe 20% of guys had fades. The other 60% had normal haircuts, I guess, like scattered different types of hair types, but not really fades. And then at least, yeah, like 30% ish, 30% had buzz cuts. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty popular, especially last summer when I went. Buzz cuts were in. And they're always going to be in, especially in the summer. All right, let's go back here. Let's go to Instagram and check it out. Good mindset, bro. Keep it up. Yes, sir. You know it. You have to. Yo, what's a good pair of scissors to cut my bangs with? Yeah, dude. I mean, you can go on Amazon. If you go to my website, I don't want to type it. It might take too long. But if you go to Self Haircut University, if you go to my website here, selfhaircutuniversity.com, / equipment, and then the dash sign, tools, you'll be sent to my recommended tools that I use. And there's like 3 different scissor kits that are less than $20. You could probably get a scissor, like a good hair cutting scissor, for less than $10. Like if you just get the scissor alone. But if you're looking for a kit, like $20 or less, and usually those scissors are good, but you have to be careful because they are really sharp. All right, let's see. Herman Mann, did you go to college? And if so, what did you major in? Yeah, I did go to college. I went to college at Stockton University in South Jersey. Um, when did I graduate? I graduated in 2000. I graduated college in 2018. Right, I'm 27 now. Graduated when I was 20. Yeah, 2018. So 5 years ago. I majored in health sciences, because I was trying to be, or I was looking into physical therapy, and then I applied for physical therapy schools. I was waitlisted for a few of them, didn't end up going, and then after that, I moved to Philly, and then I applied to accelerated nursing programs, and didn't work out there. You know, I got accepted into 5 of them. Yo, this little bug, man, stop making me look dirty on live stream. I don't eat in my room. I don't do any of this. Stop doing that. Get out of here. Anyway, I got accepted into 5 nursing programs. They were like the accelerated 1-year programs, and I didn't end up going because in Philly and New Jersey, nursing schools were like $70,000, and I wasn't getting a $70,000 loan. So I was just like, you know what? Forget it. I'm gonna go to Greece, and then literally a month later, I met my girlfriend in Greece, where we met in Athens, and since then it's been great, right? YouTube going, real estate going, so I don't regret it at all. But that's a good question. I did get my bachelor's in health sciences. Julian Leal, you helped me through a lot. You helped me a lot through COVID. Thank you. You got it, brother. Bless you. Yeah, probably because it's hot in Greece. Yeah, I mean, Greece actually has Greece has seasons just like anywhere else in the world, right? Except for Miami. Miami only has 2 seasons, right? It's humid season or dry season, right? Wet season or rain. No, they call it rainy season and dry season, right? Greece, it snows in the mountains. You guys probably didn't even know that, but in Greece it snows. So you probably always thought it was always sunshine and rainbows, but in the mountains it snows. It rains a lot. You know, certain times of the year it gets cold. Only the summertime it gets really hot, like 100 degrees, but it's always good because it's dry weather, right? Dry heat is 20 times better than humid heat. So that's the good thing about Greece. But yeah, I mean, the weather always changes. Let's see. Sorry, I'm over here leaving Instagram hanging. What did I miss here? I went to Florida in April. Nice place. Yeah, man. Florida's great. I mean, I wouldn't change it for anything. Hello, Papa. How's the dandruff? Yeah, I mean, it's not too bad. I mean, my diet's definitely helped a lot by not having bread, not eating pasta, not having yeast, eating mainly, fatty meats like ground beef, pork. What else? A lot of organic eggs, organic fruit, raw honey. All these things definitely help out a lot. But obviously, because it's really humid and hot outside, living here in Florida, the air conditioning is another problem because you're constantly getting blown dry, cold air, which dries up your scalp, which makes it a little bit more difficult to have nice skin. But yeah, let's go over to the tube. The scissors part of self-cutting is the hardest. Do you agree? LF, the scissors part of self-hair cutting. Oh, I can't read, man. The scissor part of self-cutting is the hardest. Do you agree? I disagree. It's actually funny. And I've said this on other videos before. I actually think cutting the top of your hair is like 10 times easier than using clippers and giving yourself a fade. And the reason why is because it honestly takes maybe 10 minutes to, wet your hair, section it all up, cut as you go, and then make it even, right? This might just be me, but I honestly think cutting the hair on top with scissors is tremendously easier than using clippers and trimmers and fading yourself and skin fades and using the trimmers and doing all this with your... No. It's way easier to just use scissors on top. Way easier. So I would disagree with that. And I've been doing this for 14 years, so, that's just my experience. And yeah, because, it can take somebody 30, 40 minutes to just do all the clipper work, right? All the different guidelines, right? For me, it takes longer than most people because I've got thick, dark hair. So you see every hard line like that, right? But some people that have straight hair, you can just freehand and you can be done with the clipper work in like 20 minutes. But for me, it takes longer because you see the guidelines a lot easier. But that's why it's also easier to cut the hair on top. It takes less time. Have you been to Canada? I have not, actually. My family's been there once or twice, I think, but I've not been to Canada. I just know that it's cold, real cold. And I don't like the cold. That's funny. That's awesome. I'm glad things are going well. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a lot better. I mean, it's not even just about my scalp either. We're talking about dandruff still, the diet that I've changed to, like I said this before in a dandruff video that I posted on YouTube. Since I changed my diet, not only has my seborrheic dermatitis basically gone away, my dandruff has gotten significantly better, um, but I also lost 10 pounds because of the change in diet, strictly because I'm eating more fat in my diet, right? People have this illusion that fat in food equates to fat in your body, but that's not true, right? I think I did on my Fitness Pal. I record all of my food and whatnot on the app, and 60% of my diet is fat. 60%, and I lost 10 pounds just by making the change from high carb to high fat, right, and protein. So that's just something to keep in mind, right? If you're trying to lose weight, you're trying to become slimmer, and also get better skin in the process, switch to a higher fat diet, right? And this isn't me giving advice, but this is what happened to me. But I would recommend it. And I also fast for 18 hours a day. So I only eat twice, 2 meals per day from 12. I eat at 12 o'clock and I eat at like 6 o'clock. And then after 6, I don't eat until the following day at 12. So I fast, intermittent fast for 18 hours on top of my diet. So all of these things play a really good part in keeping a healthy body, right? Let's see, what else? I think I missed. Was there one? No, not on this. Okay, cool. Herman Mann. So would you say that college wasn't necessary for what you're doing in the real estate business? Oh, dude, 100%. Yeah, absolutely. Because I went to college in New Jersey. Um, I had, I made friends in college. It was nice. But to be completely honest, I wish I didn't even go, right? The only reason why I went is because when, growing up, you're told you got to go to college, you're told you got to go to school, get an education, this, and that, yada, yada, yada. But the problem is, you're really just becoming more and more dependent on the system, right? For people like myself, growing up, I wish my parents would have said, or at least recognized that, okay, this guy, he likes to do things with his hands. He likes to try and like take risks, right? Like I said, I started cutting my hair at 13 years old. So from a very young age, like I also would shovel neighbors' snow, make money. Like I would charge like $30 to shovel, driveways with my friend, to rake leaves, to lawn mow. Like I was hustling as a little kid, right? 12, 13, 14 years old. So I was willing to take risks and do these things, right? When you have that in a child, you should automatically assume, okay, school might not be the best thing for this kid because he likes to do things hands on, right? He likes to do things and be out and moving, right? In school, you're just kind of sitting down and studying and taking notes and lecturing and all this stuff, and it's just like that's not for me, right? You like to be active and doing stuff, right? So that's just me. I personally wish I didn't go because I don't know anybody from the college that I went to anymore, right? I don't know anybody. I don't talk to anybody. I moved to a completely different state, so everybody that I know now is I only talk to a few people from New Jersey, and that they're not even from college. These are from high school and middle school, and just from growing up where I was around. So honestly, yeah, going to college was kind of a huge waste for me if I'm being completely honest. But obviously, it was a nice experience. It was fun. Do I think it was worth the debt and having to pay it all off? Probably not. But maybe it would have been nicer to go to college here in Florida where it's a lot cheaper. Right? That's what I would say. Because Florida schools are like half the price, if not more than that. Florida schools are really cheap. So going to college in Florida might be a good idea. Going to college in New Jersey, New York, like northern states where it's really expensive, maybe not. Right? It's a good experience, but for some people, it might be a waste of time. Uh, Good question. Good question, Herman. I knew it's no degrees. Interesting. It's very hot right now. Yep. The Paula Newman. Who got you to Florida? Um, yeah, interesting. Good question. My brother actually wanted to go to school. He wanted to go to college here in Miami, and I guess my family just saw the opportunity and we're like, we're tired of New Jersey. We're tired of the weather. We're tired of these property taxes that are through the roof and just taxation in general. We don't like the weather. There's no real culture, which is sad to say because I know I enjoyed my childhood growing up in New Jersey, but there's no real culture. And then the second we got to Miami, it was like everyone's like friendly, happy. It's sunny all the time. Taxes are fantastic down here. No state tax. It's just a lot better, honestly. So I don't, I'm glad we left New Jersey. Obviously I miss a lot of my friends that, I still talk to up to this day. But hopefully they'll move down to Florida too. Well, good question. Yeah, my brother came down. He wanted to come to college here, and so we decided to, move down because of it. LF. So more fat helped your dandruff. It's not the fat necessarily that helped my dandruff. I wouldn't say it's the fat really. The fat curbed my appetite to eat more, which allowed me to stay lean and healthy. The fat's also really good because it keeps your insulin levels low, right? Like if I wake up in the morning and I eat a chunk of grass-fed butter, my insulin level doesn't move at all, right? It stays the same. So if your insulin level stays the same and you're having fat, well, fat is a really good thing to eat to uh, is it satiate yourself, right? To make yourself not feel hungry anymore. So it's if you ever want to extend your fast or prolong the fast, just eat some grass-fed butter and you'll be good for at least another couple hours. And your insulin level won't rise, right? That's the most important thing. You want to stay in that fasting state for, so your body burns fat. But mainly when it comes to the dandruff part, it's the yeast, it's the bread, it's the pastas, the wine, the beer. It's all of these carbohydrate things that just aren't like rice. All of these things, they're famine foods, and the second I stopped eating it, my seborrheic dermatitis was like it was really bad before. Like my skin on my chest, all around my forehead, my eyebrows. Like you guys can go back and watch these videos of mine. It was really bad. And then boom, change the diet. No more carbs, no more sugar. Right. The only sugar I get is from fruit and my kefir that I drink. Otherwise, I don't eat sugar. No minimal carbohydrates. It's only from fruit, and that's really the big thing, right? Don't eat carbs. No pastas. No rice. No breads. No none of that stuff. It's not good for you if you've got dandruff. Same thing with sugar. Limit the sugar. Minimal sugar. Okay, where am I at? Did I miss something here? Same. I'm a hands-on learner. Yes, sir. I mean, college isn't for everybody, and it is what it is. It's not the bag on college, but I think it's good for a lot of people. But for you know a few minority, it's really not for us. I enjoyed the experience, but I just don't think it was worth it in the end. Uh, well, let me get some water here. But these are good questions. I enjoy these questions. Okay, David. Yep, mainstream vilifies the healthy fats like coconut oil and grass-fed butter. Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do? And here's a good tip for you guys. If you're looking to change the way you eat, because it's very important that we eat healthy things nowadays, even though a lot of the foods that we eat are still controlled by these corporations and whatnot, you still do have a choice to eat healthier versus not healthier, right? So I always say, if this is, let's say, Publix or your grocery store, only shop on the outside of the store, right? Because typically, what's on the outside the outside aisles of Publix or ShopRite or Acme or Winn-Dixie, what's on the outside? All the refrigerators, all the fruit, all the vegetables, right? All the fruit, vegetables, and meats, and butters, and yogurts, and cheeses are on the outside. Shop on the outside. Don't shop on the inner lanes where there's nothing that's refrigerated. It's all chips, sodas, candies, chocolates, nonsense, sugars, red 40, dyes, just carcinogens, just trash. You know, shop on the outsides of the store where everything's refrigerated. But that's good, man. Grass-fed butter, coconut oil, olive oil, avocado oil, no synthetic seed oils, vegetable oils, trash. Did you tell your girlfriend before you did the number one buzz cut? No, I didn't. I just kind of did it, and um, yeah, she liked it. I mean, she thought it was interesting. I don't think she liked it because she saw you could see my scalp, but she did like the buzz cut, like the 1.5 guard. I think the one guard was a little bit too low for her. She didn't really like that one as much. Wait, did I tell her beforehand? No, I just do it, man. I just do it. Did your brother go to the number one buzz as well? Did he? No. I think the lowest he's gone is the number two guard. Yeah, I don't think he's done the one. Matthew Reed, would you recommend the door hanging 3-side mirror for self haircuts? Fantastic question. Matt, listen up. Matt and everybody else that has the same exact question. Would you recommend the door hanging three-side mirror for self cuts? This weekend, I'm posting a video, and I'll give you guys a disclaimer. This weekend, I'm posting a video where I'm actually going to be using a 3-way mirror for the first time ever. I've never used it before until this video. So, highly recommend you guys stay tuned for this video Saturday, 9 a.m. Eastern time, when just like my normal time. Saturday, 9 a.m. That's when I post all my videos every single week. Stay tuned for this video and watch. Just watch and look at how I react and look at how I am using the 3-way mirror setup. I'm not going to spoil it, but I would say stay tuned for that video because you guys are going to really enjoy it, and I think it's going to be more so eye-opening than anything. So that's a really good question, but stay tuned for Saturday's video. Did you ever consider being a barber full-time? The Paula Newman, did you ever consider being a barber full-time? To be honest, no. And that might, be a shock to some of you guys, but no, I've never wanted to be a barber. Never. And it might be shocking, not sure, but I've never wanted to be a barber. The reason why I started cutting my own hair wasn't because I actually enjoyed the craft, right? I started to enjoy it when I started to see more money in my pocket. That's when I was like, okay, I like this, right? I like this because I'm saving money. I didn't like it necessarily because I wanted to keep cutting other people's hair and make money, right? I haven't really made much money by cutting people's hair, right? I've probably made maybe $1,000 my entire life cutting other people's hair. Like, that's how little I've done it, right? It was mainly just to save money. That was like the biggest reason I started doing it, was to save money. I didn't do it because I had a passion for barbering or haircutting. I did have a passion, obviously, for wanting to look good, wanting to feel good, wanting to be able to be in control of that avenue of my life, right? I wanted to be able to give myself haircuts so I didn't have to pay, not just because I didn't want to pay so I could save money, but so I could, at any given moment, be like, you need a haircut. And then go to my bathroom, take less than an hour, cut my hair, and then be good to go for the next 2 weeks, right? Super convenient. And it's like, I control how good I look, by knowing this skill. And that's the beautiful thing about it. So to answer your question, no, I never wanted to be a barber. Never did, and I still don't. Let's see, any questions on the Instagram here? What up, Instagram? Throw me some questions. I know a lot of you guys are new, but feel free to ask me any questions. It's getting hot. And this freaking bug, this tiny little bug, keeps coming. That's that humidity, man. But these are really good questions, you guys. Really good questions. Get your bro to try the number one. I'm not sure if he will. His hair is getting a lot thinner nowadays. And his hairline's receding a little bit more. So I'm not too sure he will. It might be a little uncomfortable for him. CBK. If one can fade their hair pretty decently several times, you think they can cut on people? Yeah, I mean, I think so, right? I mean, if you feel like you give yourself pretty solid fades, right? Let's say this is your 6th haircut and you're giving yourself a skin fade and it's like a 7 out of 10, right? In your mind, it's a 7 out of 10. Yeah, go for it. Go for it. You know, see, obviously take photos of it, and then whoever wants to get a haircut, send them the photos, be like, hey, this is what it looks like on me. I can probably do it a little bit better on you, right? So that's, I mean, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you might as well cut other people's hair if you're trying to make some extra money. Why not? Finally, it's way better than a handheld mirror. Notice my fades are better with the 3-way. Yeah, man, stay tuned for this week's video. I think you're gonna be shocked, actually. The Paula Newman, how? Did you ever consider owning a barbershop? No, that's a good question, but no, I've never considered owning a barbershop. Like I said, man, I literally only started to cut my hair back when I was 13 years old, right? I'm talking, what is that? 6th grade, 7th grade in middle school? Like, bro, I'm like not even 5 feet tall, right? I'm like really young. The only reason I did it was to save money, right? I wanted my parents to save money. And on top of that, the haircuts that I did receive at like Supercuts, Hello Gorgeous, these were just really trash haircuts. And it's not to blame anybody working there, but you know, that's what you're gonna get at those places. You know, most of those people that cut hair aren't really licensed barbers. I'm not sure what it is, but they're not licensed barbers. So it is what it is. But no, I've never wanted to be a barber. I never wanted to own a barbershop. And I don't plan on it. It's just not for me. I'm not in that business. I don't know anything about the business, the career. I'm not in it. I don't know. I'm a real estate guy, right? Everyone knows me on YouTube for self haircuts, but that's like 5% of my life, right? Like self haircuts is like what? With if you include like making videos for YouTube and all this stuff, that's like 8 hours out of the week, right? Otherwise, the other 90% of my day is real estate related. So this is just a really small portion of my life. I think I had a question here on YouTube. Did I miss it? No. Here we go. Do you plan to do the buzz cut with number 1 guard again? I answered this question, I think. But I will be doing a half guard buzz cut at some point again soon. I mean, I don't know soon. Let me take that back. I don't know about soon. But at some point, yeah. At some point I will be doing the half guard. So a little even shorter than the 1 guard. Let's see. YouTube, what we got? Zach M. Are you going to try the Mohammed Mokaev? Let me guess, is this a UFC fighter? Sounds like a UFC fighter. It is a UFC fighter. What type of haircut does he have? Let's see. It's like a generic buzz cut. It's literally like... Here, I'll show you guys. This dude, it literally looks like he has what? Like a half... No. It looks like he gave himself... Like it's like a week after being bald. So that would be what? The no guard lever halfway, maybe? Or even, yeah, like the no guard halfway. He's basically bald. Here, you're not showing Instagram. But this guy, this is who we're talking about here. Mohammed, what's his name? Mokaev. I don't know. He's a UFC fighter, I guess. But it looks like he's got in terms of lengthwise, what the no guard lever closed, no guard lever halfway, roughly, because you can still see his hairline. It still looks a little bit dark. So I would say it's slightly longer than bald. So yeah, man, dude, at some point I'll do this stuff, but just now is not the right time. Let's see. Jam Mo, is there anything I can spray to fill in a little thinning I'm having? I'm older than 40, so I'm old. You had to throw that in. I'm older than 40, so I'm old. Oh man, that's funny. Is there anything I can spray to fill in thinning? I know there's like powders that companies sell, like a black powder, or like it's a certain color that blends in with your hair. It's kind of like what's the name? It's shoot, what's the name? It's oh my god. It's basically comes in a bottle and you just, shake it onto your head. It's like, powder. And then it like thickens up your hair. Something like that, right? Or you can do like a derma roller. That might work. Some people that are doing, they're tattooing certain parts. Like if it's really bad, if your hairline is really bad, they'll just shave it all off and then just tattoo dots on your head to make it look like you got a nice hairline. Obviously, I'm not saying do that, but I don't really know of many things like you can spray on. All of these things, all of these products they're temporary, right? They're not long-term solutions. If you want a long-term solution, probably just go visit a doctor, because I wouldn't be able to give you good advice on something like that. Okay. When was the last time you went to a barbershop? I went like 3 years ago. LOL. That's when I started self-cut. Yeah, to be honest, and it might shock you guys. Again, I'm just filled with shocking stuff today. I got the shocking information today. You guys are bringing it out of me. I've actually never been to a barbershop here in the U.S. Excuse me. I've never been to a barbershop here in the U.S., right? I've been to, I guess you can call it a barbershop in Greece. I paid €5. The dude gave me a fade. I was literally in and out in like 10 minutes, right? I gave him €5. I offered to give him 10. He said, no, don't even. That's too much money. Here's 5. I was like, all right, €5 it is. And then 10 minutes later, I was in the chair. 10 minutes later, I was out of the chair. So 10 minutes total. I went to a Greek barbershop. It wasn't even a barbershop. It was just like a little hole in the wall that dude cut hair. So I've never been to a barbershop. And it's funny because I wanted to reach out to Chris Bossio and see if Bossio would be the barber to, I guess, break my barbershop virginity, right? Something like that. It sounds really weird, but it would be cool to have the only barber, the first barber that's ever cut my hair, like a legit barber that makes really good money and does this for a living, right? To be Chris Bossio, right? He's you guys all know who Chris Bossio is. We actually use the same editor, so it's pretty sweet. Shout out to my man George. Let's see. Any questions on the gram here? What's going on Instagram? Shoe polish. Yeah, spray black spray paint and shoe polish. Put car oil on your head. You guys, bad advice. Bad advice. That's funny. When was the last time you went to the barber? Did you already read that? What about Supercuts? Isn't that the USA? Yeah, but Supercuts isn't a barbershop. Supercuts is like a hair salon, right? Supercuts isn't really a barber. Like, I wouldn't consider Supercuts a barbershop, because at least back in the day when I did go to Supercuts, and we're talking 14 years ago and beyond, right? 15, 16, 17 years ago. Supercuts didn't have like the barbers that you see today. It was typically, hate to say it, but like middle-aged women, like 40, 50-year-old women, that needed, money. There was a part-time gig, and that was kind of it, right? It wasn't a full-time career for a lot of these people, and I don't even think they were licensed as barbers. I think they were just licensed to cut hair. And correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know how it works, but these people weren't barbers, and it wasn't. Supercuts isn't a barber shop, and that's just facts. You don't go. You don't go. Yeah, I gotta go see my barber. Dab them up into supercuts. Like no, you go to like a barber that's like filled with other barbers, all men that are like, obviously it sounds sexist, but all dudes. Maybe there's a girl, but it's more like a, like a hard, masculine energy, service, being inside a barbershop. Supercuts is more like children. It's friendly. It's kind of like the playground versus like, it's like playing in the playground versus the UFC, right? You can't compare supercuts to a barbershop. It just doesn't make sense. You should post more pics on your Instagram with buzz cuts. Yeah, I should post more pictures in general on Instagram. I mean, mostly I just post reels. I don't really take photos of myself, to be honest. Let's see. What's going on, Instagram? How you guys doing? Welcome, welcome. Hello from Maryland. What's up? All the way from Maryland. Why do I feel like I have no hand-eye coordination? All right, this is gonna be a funny question. MJ Gaito. Why do I feel like I have no hand-eye coordination when using the double mirror setup to cut the back of my head? I mean, it's gonna take time for you to really grasp how it works, and you have to practice. And what I mean by practice, you don't actually have to cut your hair to practice, right? If you just set up the mirror setup, like I have it in all of my videos, if you copy the same exact formula, you place it at 45 degrees on the wall, on your vanity, and you just look through the mirrors and pretend that you're cutting your hair with the clipper in your hand. Maybe you have the cover on it so you don't scratch yourself or whatnot. But just practice the motion. Pay attention to your wrist, pay attention to your shoulder, pay attention to where your elbow's at, your arm. Pay attention to all of these things when you're looking through the mirror, and just work it slowly, right? Take some deep breaths, really be patient and focus on what you're doing when you're looking through the mirror. Get the motion down, right? And so that when you're looking through this mirror, hits this mirror, boom, hits the back of your head, you know exactly what you're looking at, and it's really good practice. So the more practice you do with the clipper turned off, the easier it's going to be when the clipper's turned on. And that's facts. Okay, any last questions? How long have I been on here for? 48 minutes? I can be on here for a few more minutes. Then I gotta go shower and go to bed. Who's that? Is that PJ? Hey, yo, PJ, what's Gucci, man? Hope you're doing well. Haven't talked to you in a while. How's that property coming along? Did you ever finish renovating it? You should pick him, and I remember he reacted to yourself a little bit. I mean, me and Chris Bosio, we go back and forth here and there. Not very often, but, I've got his information. True, I don't even think they have a license, probably more some type of certificate. There we go. It's like a certificate, right. It's not really a license. They're just certified to cut people's hair, but they're not actual barbers. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Jose Bautista, hello from Mexico. Sorry I just said it like that. I don't know why. But what's up? Welcome. Zach, take it from this guy. Okay. Did your shampoo change to help dandruff? Probably not. Just thinking about it, I shampoo two, maybe 3 times a week. Did your shampoo change to help dandruff? I stopped using Selsun Blue because of the ingredients. I looked up some of the ingredients, and I'm pretty sure some of them were like carcinogens and like really bad for you. So I was just like, nah, I'm not doing this. So I stopped using Selsun Blue because of that. But I only shampoo like twice a week. Otherwise it's like I go in, wet my hair, and then I dry it, and then that's kind of it, right? Like I don't leave my head And I think this is another thing that's good for dandruff. So I'm glad you asked this question. This might just be for me, but I noticed whenever I'm taking a shower and I'm just sitting there for 15 minutes and the water just keeps smacking my scalp, right? The more water that hits my scalp, I feel like the more that acid and all the microchemicals and all the bad metals and chemicals in the city water just sits in your scalp and it just gets in and it messes up your hormones and does whatever to it, right? I don't know about hormones, but the longer the water's hitting your scalp, the worse off for your skin. So I kind of go in, I get my hair wet so that it's wet, and then everything else is cleaning the body, on days that I'm not shampooing. So I'm literally wetting my hair for like 30 seconds, and then boom, that's it. So I think that's something that helped me as well, because I used to just let the water smack me in the head, boom, 15 minutes, just constant water, and then now it's like 30 seconds, and I think that's helped me a lot too. But I'm not 100% sure. Can't verify. There's no studies on it, but I would say I think it helped. But yeah, I appreciate that because it made me remember this. Justin, is that Roar? Roar? Justin Roar. Hello from Kansas, my man, out in the Midwest. Let's go. You should really make a video on your first time giving a haircut. Do I remember? My first haircut. I think I recorded it way back then on I'm not sure if the phones had cameras back then or not, but I'm talking like these little the little Nokia phones, and it was like 240p, right? Really trash quality, but I'm pretty sure I recorded it on the old phone, but obviously I don't have the phone anymore. But you guys would have a good laugh. I remember the day where I did it for the first time. I was with my buddy Lewis, and I cut his hair, he cut my hair. Or no, actually no, we're talking about self haircuts, right? No, on first I'm giving a haircut. No, yeah. So I cut his hair, he cut my hair, and this was when we were like 13 years old. It was really funny, and from that point on, we were just like, oh, this is easy. And then we just gave ourselves buzz cuts for like the next 5 years. And it was just like, oh, all this money we're saving. Fantastic, right? Super easy. But yeah, I don't think I have footage from that. Jan Mo, have you heard of matte hair cream with DHT blocker? Is that good to use for making hair thick? DHT blocker, what is that? Do you have a product? Send me the name of DHT blocker complex, hair growth support, 800 milligrams. Advanced Trichology DHT blocker hair growth supplement for genetic thinning for men and women. It's got 4.5 stars, 825 reviews. Huh. DHT blocker. Yeah, I mean, you know what I would do? $44. Yo! This one on Amazon, 11,000 reviews, 4.3 out of 5. $44. And these are what, supplements? Oh, what is this? This is DHT. Is that DHT's like a testosterone thing, right? Or no? Only DHT. What does DHT stand for? DHT stands for dihydrotestosterone. Yeah, it's like a hormone. Yeah, it's a hormone that plays a key role in sex. Got it. Okay. Yeah, I mean, look, I would look into it more, to be honest. Maybe go again. When it comes to this stuff, ask your doctor, right? When it comes to any type of pharmaceutical, pills, supplements, I don't know this stuff, right? I don't take any of these supplements or pills or anything. So if you're gonna do it, right, it has fantastic reviews on Amazon. It's expensive, so it should be good, right? If it's expensive, ask your doctor. That's all I got to say. Ask your doctor if it's a good idea. I would love to be able to give you a clear answer, but I would leave it to the doctors. Costas P. Elinas. What's up, G? You awake right now? Yo, go to bed. What time is it in Greece right now? Like 3 in the morning? 3:30? 2:30? You should be asleep, dude. All right, let's jump over to the gram real quick. Um, let's see what we got here. Omar Ramsey, 2001. Yo, you should change if you were born in 2001. You should probably change that. I wouldn't want anybody to know the year that you were born because you probably use that date for passwords and stuff like that. Bro, what number is the best for buzz cut? Wavy kind of curly hair. Yeah, man. I wish you would have joined earlier in the live stream. Um, use the. I would say start with like the number two guard. I think the number two guard would be a really solid starting point, right? Your hair is still going to be thick enough to the point where you're not going to see your scalp, but it's also going to be short enough to the point where if you give yourself a nice like mid or high fade, it's going to look really nice, right? I'm a very big advocate for the buzz cut, especially at certain hair lengths on top, like the 1.5 guard, 2 guard, 3 guard, 4 guard even, right? I think the buzz cut can look fantastic depending on what the length is. But yeah, if that's it. Any last questions before I head out here, guys? I appreciate all of you guys for joining in. It's been fun. You guys had some really good questions. So yeah, I appreciate that. It's been really fun. Share the live stream, share it on Instagram, share it on YouTube to your friends, to your family. Let's get like the video, right? Like the video, please. Let's get YouTube to start pushing some of my videos because YouTube's been slapping me in the face lately, and I'm not getting views, right? So like the video, please, if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. Share the video with a friend. Share the video with your Discord channels. Share it with everybody, right? Everybody should know this skill set. And that's just the truth because by the way the world's looking, we're looking at a recession coming soon. And if people start losing their jobs, guess who's going to get hit first, right? You guys, you're not going to want to pay for a $50, $100 barber visit. No, you're going to want to start cutting your own hair because, well, you need to save the money. So share this to everybody because at some point this stuff's going to blow up again and people are going to be, I wish you guys would start sooner because, you're going to be in a much better position if you start sooner than later. But awesome. All right. No last questions. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll be jumping on again next week. This is going to be a thing that I do more often. Wednesdays in the evening, right? Wednesday, 7:30 Eastern time. So definitely let's keep that marked on the calendar for now. Hopefully I don't budge on the time because my schedule is so crazy. But I appreciate you guys joining in. Awesome questions today. And yeah, stay tuned for Saturday's video, Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern time. That 3-way mirror self-haircut video is coming out. You guys are going to really, really enjoy it. I think you guys will really like it. It might shock some of you, but you'll enjoy it, right? That's all I got to say. So thank you guys for joining, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace, 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 peace.